Welcome, Twin Flames. This is Virtuosa the Goddess. And I just want to welcome you guys. And I just want to let you know that I thank you for coming to my channel. You could be anywhere, but you chose to be here. And let me get this right. Okay, there we go. Thank you for coming. I just want to talk to you right now and just let you know that we are in a type of we're in a cycle. We're wrapping up a cycle right now. Wrapping up a cycle of karmic energy surrounding our finances, divine feminines. How I know this? Because that's what I've been experiencing. And just to tell you a quick story, I've been trying to get past this by doing things that I did before I fully awakened. Because yes, I'm a twin flame, starseed, light worker. And I'm going to tell you like this. Yes, if you are a twin flame, and hold up, let's pause right quick. This is the realest, in Tupac's words, this is the realest-ish I ever spoke. God doesn't really talk the word of the words to me, twin flame. God speaks as soulmate. Even though that's a popular term for everyone to use, and twin flames is currently trending and popular, God has used the term soulmate. And because we all speak different languages, and before I even knew what twin flames was, God spoke to me. So if you use the term soulmate, that's fine, because they're really all human labels. When this soul, you're connected to this soul. So you know if you're a twin flame, and you know if you're a soulmate. It doesn't matter. So for this, we'll use soul partner, soul twin, divine partner. It is a divine partner. It's divinely orchestrated for a mission. The title doesn't matter. You're in the right place. So I have heard the voice of God. I was instructed to tell you guys that. You can click off the channel if you don't believe me. I've heard it multiple times, not every day. But what followed afterwards was the most important part, how I knew that I wasn't crazy. My mom is a nurse for 30 years, so I'm very full aware of psychotic episodes and voices, and I've never been diagnosed with schizophrenia. I mean, I'm the most sanest, most fun-loving, energetic person to be around ever, to hang around. But anyways, let's continue. So this energy that's surrounding us, I went out to try to do what I normally do when the money's getting funny, because I felt this karmic energy coming from many areas. And when I say karmic energy, it didn't matter what form it took. It could take the form of a person, a situation, or whatever. But this karmic energy was surrounding my finances. So I check around for the collective, the divine feminine collectives, after I was thinking that I was going crazy or something was happening that I had done to bring this upon myself, which probably still is the case, but it's a group of us. A lot of divine feminines are experiencing this now. So if you're one of those, you're at the right place, because I can tell you, I got out here and tried to get my grind on, and everything went disastrous. I tried to go and focus strictly on the 3D cash flow. Broke my nails, my natural nails that's taken me months to grow, and I'm vegan, so they were growing like crazy. Car temporarily went out on me to strand me. But I ended up making it home after I made a pact that I would never, ever, ever chase the dollar bill again. I was able to make it home after maybe being gone from 12 hours for a 3-hour job. I was tipped well, so, that went well, but everything else surrounding it, my home life, my son suffered. He ended up being stranded because I was stranded. Just everything surrounding this job. The credit card, it was a rapper that I did the job for. The credit card was declined, so that, the company is having to go through a whole nother process to pay me. So bottom line, I didn't even get paid for the job yet. So it's just everything was showing me that everything that I did before I awakened is not going to work. That this is a time to this testing our faith, Divine Feminine. It's not a thing of, oh, well, it's something you can do. And I was already told that in a video, but I'm hard-headed because I want to do what I want to do. So, yes, it's not the case of something that we can do. It's something that we must be. We must be in the energy of having faith that the divine called us on this journey and that the divine will provide for us. So like I said, this is the realest ish I ever spoke. Yes, God has spoken to me, and and I got a message from the divine on the Saturday before to not chase the dollar. And I spoke that to my sister. Shout out to my sister, Immortal Butterfly, because she was there for me yesterday at my lowest point when I felt like this is too much. Stuff had to die, and I felt like it was me dying. And she was like, this is your breakthrough. But I'll tell you one thing, and this is related to the cards before I hurry up and get started with the reading, was so while I was out on this journey trying to gather up my dollar bills, I slipped back into a habit that I had let go of, and that was smoking cigars. I had been smoking, a little weed here or there, but I stopped. So I didn't slip back that far, which is okay for people who smoke, but I was, that was an addiction of mine. It kept me calm. So, but I let it go because it was an addiction. It wasn't like I used it in rituals or just sometimes to let my hair down. It was an addiction. So I had to let it go. So cigars I was more addicted to cigars because they kept me calm too. So I slipped back into the cigars when I got stranded out trying to make up for the pentacles that I felt was sliding out of my hands. So I started back smoking cigars, but, yeah, so yesterday, so that was the day before yesterday that I head out on a mission to go earn the duckies. So yesterday I was so frustrated that my old self could not emerge, and that I was realizing that my old self was dying, that I was at my lowest point. But I did not. The whole victory of it in my book, in my High Priestess book, was that I didn't, as low as I felt, I did not go and smoke another cigar. So I did not let that karmic energy bring me down to the point that would set me back from my growth. Not other people's growth, just my growth. Because I have one of those personalities to where I can't just smoke one cigar and that's it. I smoke like I would chain smoke them. Addiction runs in my family, and I feel that I came here to stop that cycle of addiction throughout my bloodline. So that's just me. And I even, I wanted to do anything but face the fact that I had to rely on the divine for my stability, because I was used to taking things in my hands before I was awakened. So that's just my story. I just wanted to get personal. So I just want to get on here and just do a reading and not show you how much this reading resonated with me that I pulled a card. So I knew I wanted to babble and blab my little mouth. So I pre-shuffled and pulled some cards. So for this area, first let's call in the mighty creator of all the gods and goddesses. I ask that you be present and bless our reading. I also want to call on the ancient gods and goddesses that were created by the mighty creator of all the gods and goddesses. Atum, Noon, Amen Ra, Ptah, Nut, which was the ancient sky goddess. Jeb was the ancient masculine earth goddess. Yes, I said it the opposite of the way we say it now. Now it's Mother Earth, then it was Father Earth. Nut was sky goddess, which was Mother Sky. So yes, you can Google it and research it. I call on Shu, which is the god of air. She's god of this karmic energy that surrounds us now. I ask for Asar, which is Osiris in Greek. Aset, which is the original Mother Mary in ancient Kemet or Egypt. People call her Isis in Greek. And their child, which was born of Immaculate Conception thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago, eons ago, Haru. Greeks call him Horus. That's where you get the term hero from. Please Google them. You'll see a lot of similarities between Jesus and Mary and Joseph and the whole nine from Asar and Haru. I want to call on the archangels to please be present and bless this reading. Archangel Michael, protect over the twins, the soulmates, the divine partners. I want to call on the Elohim to please be present. Speak through me. Make your presence known. I call all ascended masters to be present with us. The guides, my spirit animal guides, and guides from the fifth dimension and above. Any of my starseed family that's behind the veil that I cannot see with my eyes, please be present. If you feel the need to speak through me to give a message to the collective, I accept that as long as it's for our highest good. And I also want to give a very welcome to my indigenous ancestors that are present always around me, that are my guides as well, that have my highest good on this earthly plane. And I want to pour out some water for them. This is for my ancestors that are with me. Thank you for being with me and guiding me and being able to come before the collective. So let's get into the reading. So the first card I pulled, this is for the Divine Feminine here. So this goes along with my story, what I was saying. This is the Four of Pentacles. You can't really see it that well. I shut the camera off the last time I tried to really zoom in. I don't want to shut the camera off anymore. So I got to get used to this camera. But guys, this is better than my phone. So I'm making progress. This is new for me. But the Four of Pentacles, you can still see this guy. He's hovering over his moolah, over his money. He has it in a safe place, or what he perceives as so-called safe, but he sees it as imminent danger around. That's that karmic energy that I was talking about, that I felt for about a couple of weeks. It's been going on. The things that's been happening to the company that I work for, you know, like I said, just things that are unforeseen. They're, you know, totally, some of the stuff that's been coming from my coins does not even make any sense to me. So the Divine Feminine, when I asked the Divine to show me the energy surrounding the Divine Feminine, this is what's surrounding us. This type of energy that is provoking us to feel this way, to make us feel like we're, like our stability is in trouble. When we know that all things that we see in the 3D is simply an illusion, or things that we are working out through our spirits to work it out of us. But the Four of Pentacles is the Lord of earthly powers. So we must understand that the divine has domain over this earthly dimension. So this was showing us that as long as we trust and have faith in the divine, that we will be provided for despite what we see with our own eyes. And that's also the sun in Capricorn. So really what the divine feminine has been doing is just, activating, feeling her masculine energy in a way, that masculine side, not necessarily the Empress side, but the side, that's been feeling like we need to get those pentacles. So success to me for this is to not let the negative karmic energy penetrate our auras like I did yesterday. But I'll tell you, the success in that was that I didn't pick up an addiction throughout all the pain. So that's great, because that's what some of that energy is meant to do, is to take you back or to see if you're ready for the next level. So I clarified those Four of Pentacles with the Fool, and it's called the Juggler card in this deck. And I don't know if I can, I hate that you guys can't really see it. My phone was a little bit more. I think I need to play with this a little bit more. Let's see. Can you see it a little bit? Okay, so this is the Fool card. I love this card. This is my Moors Tarot deck. Tarot of the Moors deck by Gina Thies. So this is being divinely guided. So this lets you know, and that's how I made it home despite having those car problems. I kept calling on the divine. And then he sent someone up to me named Guardian, whose mother's name was Angel, to let me know that he was with me. This is being carefree. Our Kundalini is activated. Our third eye is open and leading us. We just cannot resist it by going back to the things that we knew, because the Fool card represents the journey of the unknown. It's the zero of the tarot deck. It's the zero card of the tarot deck. So while I was so afraid yesterday that my own body wanted to leave my soul, not my soul was sitting there saying, sis, you need to get it together, and my soul sister. But my body wanted to exit stage left because this is so unknown for me. I was so used to money and being able to get out and go and get it, that this is something totally new for me, to be, rocked to the core like that. So anyway, I thought that was very, this is very on point. This, the Four of Pentacles and the Fool card. So let's go over here to this side where we have, I asked the divine, what was the energy surrounding the divine masculine? And I thought that this was beautiful. I almost wanted to shed a tear, because this tells me that, whatever we do, whatever the divine feminine does, she helps the divine masculine. And vice versa, we help each other. And by me resisting under all that karmic energy, by me resisting those cigars and weed and wanting to go and watch porn and just slip back into the unawakened virtuosa, by me just fighting through it and just feeling that emotion and working through the emotion and taking a nap always helps. That energy of the divine masculine being able to release and breaking free from their addictions. So, because we got the devil in reverse. So he's being able to free himself from any addictions and soul contract partners, or what people call karmic partners. I don't really like to use karmic partners because they are humans that have a soul contract to help them learn lessons that will make, soul lessons make us better. It helps us on our journey. So to see them as enemies is not very divine, and I'm not judging, because they are people and they're contracted to do things, to send them back to you in a more suitable manner. So you need to thank them when you're praying or when you're acknowledging. That's why we called on Shu, because that air is that karmic energy. So you thank Shu for the lessons. And another shout out to my soul sister, Immortal Butterfly. Check her channel out. She's awesome. She told me to thank the divine throughout all of the karmic lessons that I was going through, because my karma comes through my mother. I would never call my mother a karmic. My mother has agreed before incarnating to bring me certain karmic lessons, and her too. Especially when I was 13. That's another story for another day. But anyways, so I clarified the divine masculine releasing his karmic energy from his addictions, being able to withstand his addictions and try to maintain a healthier lifestyle, and wrapping up his karmic soul ties with, anything. It could be jobs, it could be his family, it could be another partner, whatever it is that he had to learn. And then guess what we got? We got the Two of Cups clarifying that. Because as he releases his addictions and things, the karmic lessons is moving him closer to this union. And do you see that Kundalini? I told you it was rising. Do you see those two sides coming to meet that one pole, that in the middle? And then those wings. Look at that. Look at how beautiful that card is. I hope you can see it. I don't know if I need to pull out a little bit. I don't know if that sounded right. But they're sharing, this is Two of Cups, but they're really drinking out of one cup. And that's beautiful. They have one cup, really one inside. It looks like two, but it's really one. They're holding one cup of love. It's two souls holding one cup. I can't get enough of that, how beautiful that is. It almost wants to make me want to cry a little bit. Anyway, so the energy between us, here comes the good, the part that we must talk about. The energy between, that's the divine. What's the energy between the twins or the divine partners? And it's the Queen of Cups in reverse. So, to me, that kind of fit this story of what's going on right now. Because, why? Because the Queen of Cups in reverse is we're needing to recalibrate from this stuff that is going on with our pentacles, especially the divine feminine. Before union is to catch up to, and all this is on an individual basis. The Queen of Cups is normally very, emotional and loving and all this emotion flowing over. But, they mess with our purses. Our purses get zipped up. Oh, and this is part of our spirit guides. My guides, some of them are animals. I love animals. I animals speak. I feed the fish. I love the geese. I love the ducks. I love dogs, cats. I speak their language. Anyway, so whenever I'm walking on my path, I always find feathers. So this feather wanted to come out for the reading. But in the upright position, the Queen of Cups is very loving, and she's very, emotional. And at this moment, we're not feeling that way because our coins are being messed with. And that was clarified with the Ace of Disc, or the Ace of Pentacles, in reverse. So, with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, what that tells us is that we're hoarding, just like this guy in this card. We're hoarding. We're too focused on our pentacles. So that is why the Queen is not able to love freely. So now let's move on. So I wanted to pull a card, seeming as though that I know if I'm experiencing some karmic energies that have been, kind of, putting me on edge, some of you guys were too. So I wanted to pull a card from the Living Light deck. And this is by Meg Losley. Dr. Meg. So this card is the number 42, which is 6. The Devil in reverse, 1 + 5 is 6. The 4 of Pentacles and the 2 of Cups is what? 6. 6, 6, 6. That's interesting, isn't it? I mean, but that's a melanated being. That's 6. 6 protons, 6 neutrons, and 6 electrons. That's a whole nother subject. But anyway, this is the time, the before time. So this was saying, remember the times, because everything was created and destroyed before. This card is just reminding us to remember the times when we did have faith in the divine, when things fell apart, that we knew things would be put back together. That's what this card represents in that symbol. And this red is for the root chakra. And that's where your stability is. So this card is just reminding us to meditate and, and make sure that we keep pay close attention to our energy, and to meditate and to pay attention to that root chakra, where our stability lies, to make it through this, because this cycle is about to wrap up. It's wrapping up because we got that 0 card, which is the Fool. So that's after the karmic cycle has ended. So we're there. So I wanted to also pull a Heal Yourself card, because not only have I been going through all types of financial problems, this is reverting back to emotional healing that needs to take place. So as a divine feminine, I want to ask the divine to please show me, what can the collective work on? What does the collective need to work on in order to heal this situation that is happening for the divine feminine at this time? Sorry, 7, 0. Letting go. And that's perfect. So we need to let go of that control of trying to get our hustle on, like we, for me it was like I was back out, in the world. To let go. And you see how she's clinging tight to that cross, which is probably her faith. So we need to let go of our old ways of being, the old self, and embrace that new self with this Fool or hero's journey. So what can the divine masculine do at this time? Because he seems to be in a good space, but everybody always still has something to work on. Oh, sorry. So he needs to work on love. Maybe loving himself and learning to love others unconditionally is what the divine masculine needs to work on at this time. And so those are two good cards. So I guess we both all, because as you help one, the other one, you help the other one. So to get to this point, for him to completely, for us to come into union, we all need to learn to love unconditionally. See how well, I don't know if I can get to that, but here she has an emerald dangling from a necklace, and that represents the heart chakra, the 5th chakra, that needs to be worked on at this time. And at the bottom of the deck, we have dreams. See, she's with this tiger. She has her little wings. And that's the number 3 card. That represents the Holy Trinity. We have the Holy Trinity there. I'm not quite into numerology yet. I'm still studying numerology. It's so much to learn. But the book says, before going to sleep, place a glass of water next to your bed and position this card over the water with the intention to remember your dreams. I remember my dreams, but maybe you can write a note or put a picture that you love over a glass of water. And then take sips of the water and relax and think about a question that you would like answered. And then in the morning, when you wake up, drink from that glass and write down anything you can remember from your dreams. So keep a dream journal. I keep a dream journal already. So my dream was that my worst fear was my dream that it didn't happen. So that was my last dream, was that my worst fear of being homeless when the karmic energy was attacking my pentacles, which is a very, I've been homeless before. I mean, like sleeping in a car homeless. But it was not able to happen this time. That I'm to relax. So let's see. I wanted to pull a mythical goddess card from the mythical goddess tarot deck. Let me get that card out of there. Let me shuffle these right quick. I don't want to keep you guys on a long reading. But I wanted to pull a card for the energy. Let's put these up here, get them out the way. Got 2 cards. Actually, we got boundaries. This is the number 4 card, which represents, I do know that represents stability. And that's going along with this reading as well. And number 6, which is, and that's earth, I'm sorry. And this is fire, forgiveness. So, I love 3s. So then we got wind, which is that air energy, which is confusion. So to clear up all confusion, we need to set those boundaries. And this looks like Capricorn. Look at that. Looks like a goat head on 4 goat heads. And all those colors representing, this is the 3rd eye. And the solar plexus and the heart and the, wow, that's amazing. Let's see what this says, because this deck is pretty new for me. I want to look at the boundaries card, because I'm not familiar with that boundaries card. It's the sun in Capricorn. Yep, I should have known. Yep, that's that head. That's that goat's head. The 4-horned goats create a mandala, a powerful shield of unity and strength, creating clear boundaries. These animals bring the message of self-respect and clear identity, and when joined in common purpose, create unity. This card reminds you to mend and maintain your boundaries. Be vigilant for weaknesses and respect yourself by keeping your boundaries healthy and intact by what you all allow in and what you express, being true to your essence. As the goat's horns keep safe the space around them, what you let inside your sacred circle determines the quality of your life and your focus on your power. So, yep. So to clear up any confusion from karmic energy, we have to forgive and create boundaries. This confusion, let's read a little bit about that really quickly. And that is the 8 of Wind. It's Jupiter in Gemini. The painful confusion that this woman feels is reflected in her face, which is riddled with chaos and painful indecision. This probably should go over here. This looks like this belongs on the divine masculine side, and this belongs over here. She is showing you that she is of two minds, mentally torn and desperately trying to get a grip. Yep, that was me. That's me. Yep. Trying to let go of the old me. She is showing you that when there are too many factors and no clear choices, that it's not time to make a decision. Now the wisest course of action is to give your mind a break and let it take a back seat where it belongs. Nap time. There is no time to be over analytical. Deep trust in life's processes is being called for. Know that when it's time to make a decision or you need clarity of mind, that the way will be shown to you. Yes. And then I just really want to finish off, since we already here, with the forgiveness. We know what forgiveness is. That's keeping that heart chakra open and loving unconditionally. But that's also Jupiter in Leo. A shining priestess with flaming heart and robe of roses holds her hands out to others in loving forgiveness. Her focus is turned inward. Her passion for source, that's the divine, God, Allah, Jesus, whoever you worship. Her focus is towards inward, her passion for the source radiating outward in blessing. She embodies the expansion of light offered from the heart to the world when all is forgiving and love without limit. The priestess of forgiveness comes to us today when it's time for us to examine our hearts to find where we've been withholding love from ourselves and others. Forgiveness is essential to let the loving light of the goddess fill your heart. Let go of our egos, judgment of others, go forever by opening to the absolution she represents. Let the world and our very own DNA be transformed through the power of forgiveness. Now that is perfect. Now as we close this reading, oh, well, before, hold up, let's do this. So, where is, uh-oh. Huh. Is that, nope. Where is that? Huh. Can't do that. So, anyways. Oh, yes, I can. So, let's see. Where is the, over the weekend, what is the energy going to be surrounding the divine feminine? Sorry, I said Peru. It's going to be the Hermit in reverse. Well, you know what? I don't really want to read that in reverse, only because I think that's what I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to be the Hermit. That's what my spirit is feeling, so we'll read it upright. So this weekend, Divine Feminine, we're going to be letting go and becoming the Hermit to clear up this confusion. So we won't look like that, and our hair won't stick out like that. But, so yeah, we're going to go into solitude and research and, you know, and be led by the Spirit which way to go, so that our abundance can flow in. We don't have to work hard for the money. The money is going to work hard to come to us. The Spirit, over the weekend, this weekend, ooh, the divine masculine. He has the wheel of fortune. So he'll be clearing up and coming up and setting boundaries in the earthly plane, taming that devil. See, that devil's in this card too. He'll be taming that devil, and he'll be clearing up his karmic cycle. And the energy between the twins for the weekend, you see, everybody's kundalini is activated. You see those two snakes on each side? They'll be coming together as they come up that wheel. And the lovers will be the energy between the two. Isn't that beautiful? That goes along with everything, because as we forgive, that brings us together. The Lover's card. And that 6 is passion. That number 6 is passion. So, in this deck, the Lovers represents the test, the struggle between passions, examination, a pact, the sowing of seeds. So as we forgive, we're sowing seeds. So think only loving about your divine partner. All right, twin flames. So now let's see. Let's give any messages. Let's see any messages. So let's get a message. Let's now finally close the reading. Any messages from the divine feminine to the divine masculine? What do we want to tell him? What is our higher self? Not our lower self. Our lower self want to say, you better hurry up and blah, 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 knowing we got work to do. But anyways, what does our higher self want to tell the divine masculine? We want to let him know that as he heals his family issues, as he forgives his parents, our love lives will benefit. So as he heals his family issues, he heals his connection. And what does the divine masculine want to tell the divine feminine? Retreat. He wants for us to disconnect from the world, because we're already connected in spirit. So as we disconnect from the world, we actually spend time together up in the upper realms. So that's what needs to happen to nurture this connection with forgiveness. And on that note, I want to thank you guys for stopping by my channel, being a part, letting me share the things that happen to me. Say hello to my cat. Well, that's my little Egyptian cat, or my Kemetic cat. Thank you for coming. Please hit the thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. If you need to have a talk with me, chat with me, I know that this journey is a lonely one. If you need someone to talk to, I have an email there. If you want a reading, you can email me at virtuosathegoddess@gmail.com. That's in the description box. And thank you so much for coming by, and have a wonderful, safe, happy weekend. And I love you all, and thank you very much for coming.